Hey everyone, and welcome back to Rainbow Tarot UK. If you are new, then a big warm welcome. It's always lovely to have new people. And if you're a returning viewer or subscriber, as usual, a big thank you and a big thumbs up, a really big thumbs up for anyone who has subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate that, so thank you so much for that. And I hope everyone's doing well. I hope we're all okay. So in today's reading, we are doing, what is coming up next for you in love, what's occurring really. So as usual, we've got three piles. We've got pile number one, and we've got this little kind of silver patterned heart. Not little, actually, it's quite big, isn't it? And then pile number two, which is the lovely little sweet Diamante hearts. That goes very nicely with my ring, I think. And then pile number three is the lovely silver hearts. Okay, so as usual, take your time, use your intuition, go whatever pile is calling to you, and that's going to have the messages for you. If there's more than one pile, go for that as well. Just remember, as usual, I always say it's a general reading, so just take what resonates, take the messages that you feel comfortable with. You don't have to ever take a message that you're not comfortable with or it doesn't feel right to you. Yes, just go with whatever messages feel right for you. And as I say as well, I've already pre-shuffled the cards. I meditate on the question, I shuffle the cards, whatever pops out, whatever cards call to me are the ones that go in the pile. Okay, so other than that, see you in your reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number one, and welcome back to your reading. So you chose this beautiful silver patterned heart for your reading. I'm just going to put that there, just in front of the floor, right? And in today's reading, we're going to be looking at, what's coming up next in love, what's going to be happening next in love, what's occurring really. So as I lay out the cards, if you feel like you want to subscribe to my channel, that would be really great, because it just means the channel can grow. Particularly if you like the reading and you hit the like button and you haven't subscribed yet, then please do subscribe. It just means that I've got more time then to focus on the channel and do more readings like this one. But anyway, let's get straight to it. So the first card, the oracle card that we have here, is New Moon in Sagittarius. I don't know if you can see that there. It says luck is on your side. Okay, so I think this is a great start actually to the reading, because when we get this card, what it means is that good things are on their way really to us. I think that's the kind of overall whatever's going to happen next will be some sort of kind of gift for you, something good, something optimistic. It feels like a very auspicious start to the reading. But of course, Sagittarius is a fiery sign as well, so maybe there's quite a lot of passion coming in, because it feels quite warm, doesn't it? I know it's got this big dark moon here, but it's quite warm, these colours here, kind of reddy pinky colours, and also that kind of reminds me of Cupid's arrow really. So it feels like it's a really positive time for you in terms of what's coming next in love. And when it says luck is on your side, it kind of reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune really. And the Wheel of Fortune can talk about cycles, can't it? Cycles of life, when we have good cycles and cycles where things aren't going as well for us. But I just feel in this one, when it says luck is on your side, it just feels like you're on the up really. You're on the up in terms of your love life. Yeah, so that's a really good start, that pile number one. Okay, now I've got a couple of these messages, of which I'm going to do two now, and then I'm going to do two at the end. So this one says, reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So maybe you're in some sort of situation, whatever that happens to be, where there is a need for pause, or there has been a need for pause. You have had to reflect. And so maybe it could be, that you're in, possibly with this, for some of you, maybe you're in separation, or maybe you're in a situation where the relationship can't come to the fore. Maybe there's something like that. but you're being asked to have faith and that all will work out for the best. So yeah, whatever happens, it's going to work out for in your best interest, because definitely, because you've got this kind of good luck card here, it just feels like, you know, whatever happens for you is going to be right for you, and it's going to bring you good things. Now, what is this one? Oh, I'm so attracted to you. Well, okay, so that says, that's kind of pretty self-explanatory really, isn't it? So, you know, whoever you're thinking about at the moment, if you're not thinking about anyone, or if you are thinking about someone, I'm assuming most people are thinking about someone, that they are attracted to you. It says here, it says, I'm so attracted to you. So there is, you know, a strong feel, and I do feel that here with the red here, there's a kind of like a strong sort of passion and attraction here. But anyway, let's have a look at the tarot. We're going to do those two oracles later at the end. Let's have a look at the tarot. So we have the Judgment card. Right. Seven of Swords. Okay. The Moon. Okay. King of Rods, which is the King of Wands. Page of Cups. And then the Magician. And then the card that was at the bottom of the deck I had was the Four of Pentacles. Okay, let me just have a little look at these. Yeah, so I'm really glad actually that you've got this luck is on your side card, because I feel with the Seven of Swords and the Moon, I feel that part number one, you know, you have experienced, or you know, maybe are experiencing this kind of feeling that, you know, with the Seven of Swords, because the Seven of Swords is a card of, you know, people not really being very honest with you, people taking from you, you know, what they shouldn't be taking, people being dishonest really. So I feel that maybe you've had a lot of dishonesty in your love life, or certainly where people just haven't treated you as you deserve to be treated. Maybe there's been deception, particularly as it comes right next to the Moon, because the Moon can also talk about deception, deceit, things not being open, things being under the surface, things needing to come to light. So I feel in some ways that you have gone through a period maybe in your love life where, you know, you might have felt quite a bit low really, because you've had this kind of experience really. And I can see that would have touched you, you know, would have hurt you a lot actually, because the Moon is a very intuitive, a very deep card as well. So I sense as a soul that you are a very kind of deep soul, you feel things very deeply. So that would have, I mean, it would have helped, like I say, would have hurt most people, but I feel like for you in particular, it would have really hurt you and upset you. But I feel that, to be honest, with all of these cards here, I just feel that things are changing. Like the wheel, I said as before, the wheel is changing for you, because we have the Judgment card here. Now the Judgment card is about a rising up, a rebirth almost. A sort of maybe a wake-up call to you to say, look, it doesn't have to be like this. This isn't the way, you know, these kinds of relationships, you deserve better than these kinds of relationships. And now is the time. Things are shifting and moving for you. It's a new phase for you. It's time to sort of let go of past hurts or past relationships, or relationships where you feel you are not being treated respectfully, where you're not being treated, where things aren't transparent, you know, where if you're in situations where you feel people are hiding things from you, or they're not being honest with you, they don't have your best interests at heart, they're not being open and transparent, then it's time to kind of move on from that. Because those sorts of relationships, you know, are not relationships where you can feel valued really. So if that is a case for you, and you are in a situation, or you have been in situations like that, and you're still kind of holding on to it, because we have the Four of Pentacles here, And the Four of Pentacles, often this is an energy of holding on, and it's the general energy of the reading. So it's kind of saying, you know, maybe you're holding on to something, possibly because maybe it gives you, you know, maybe you're thinking it gives you a sense of security or stability. But this card can often come about when there's not a lot of emotional stability. So it might give you a lot of other kinds of stability and security, but it's not giving, you know, often at the expense of emotional stability and of feeling emotionally happy. So maybe it's time to sort of let go of situations or relationships or people that are not, you know, enabling you to feel emotionally satisfied and happy, and worse still, that are just not being honest, that are just not being honest and are not worthy of your time and attention. You know, if people, you know, if you're in a relationship, you know, you want to be valued. You want to be valued, and you want to value that person in an honest and open and transparent way. Because without truth and, you know, trust, it's very difficult to move forward in a relationship. But I see here, I have to say, I do feel that new love is coming in. New love, or a new renewal of love, some kind of, because the Page of Cups is about new love, it's about a brand new opportunity, and it goes with the Judgment card. It's a new phase, a new start. And we also have here, you know, we've also got a hint of this new person, because we've got the King of Wands. Now the King of Wands, and it comes right under Judgment, which is a new start, a rebirth, a renewal, a wake-up call to move into a new phase. So I feel that this person, this kind of King of Wands, is very much around you and is coming up for you. Now this person is very passionate, very energetic, very enthusiastic, has a lot of charisma, is very quite, you know, can be quite fiery as well, because, you know, they are wands, and also somebody who's very much in charge of themselves. So somebody who is, you know, possibly works for themselves, or, you know, they are a king. So they're not a page, they're not a knight, they're a king. They're well established. They might be a little bit older than you, or they are mature in terms of outlook, and possibly a bit more mature in years as well. Very, you know, like I say, very striking, often very striking in the way that they look, and just very confident. I think that's the thing about the King of Wands, is that they are very, very, very confident, and fun. That's the thing. And I think the other thing about this and Sagittarius is it's, you know, with the moon in Sagittarius, it's a fun star sign, Sagittarius. So, and also, you know, King of Wands is, you know, our fire sign. So we're looking at, aren't we, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. So it's that kind of sign, really, or those sorts of signs. That person may already be around you anyway, but I just feel that this person is either offering new love or a renewal of love. And they want to come forwards, and the Magician is about manifestation. So it's about manifesting a new opportunity in love for you, and I feel that all the conditions are right. You have all the right conditions now. So luck is changing for you. You're now on the upside, and things are definitely moving in the right direction for you to have new love, a new opportunity in love. You know, a really kind of fun, physically, there's a lot of chemistry. You know, I feel like there'll be a lot of chemistry, because the King of Wands is, like I say, a pretty passionate individual. So there'll be a lot of chemistry, there'll be a lot of fun, there'll be a lot of good times, there'll be a lot of going out, there'll be a lot of communication. There'll be a lot, it'll be a levelling up. That's what I'm saying. It'll be a levelling up and a getting away from all this, you know, these other relationships maybe, or aspects of these other relationships that were not, you know, not valuing you. I think that's what I want to say, not valuing you, because, you know, you deserve a lot better. If you've had that in the past, then you definitely deserve a lot better than that. But I feel, you know, maybe it's also about saying to you that it's about believing in being able to attract good things, because I think with this holding on, that maybe within you there is a little bit of a holding on to what has gone before and thinking, oh, you know, it's not going to change, it's always going to be like that, or, you know, I'm never going to get, you know, it's always never going to work out for me, or something like that. So almost kind of like a giving up, really, on kind of like good emotional experiences or good relationships. And it's, you know, it is understandable. I kind of completely get it, because if you have these experiences, particularly if you've had experiences, you know, where you have been deceived or trust has broken down or whatever, and it's quite hard to come back from that. But you know, what's the cards are saying for you is that it is time now. It's a new phase. There's a new time. There's a new phase which is coming up for you, and there is a new person coming in, or certainly a renewal of something where it's going to be better. Where it's going to be much better. A kind of brand new start. You know, to be manifested. Something completely, you know, much more emotionally connected, much more emotionally in tune. I mean, the Page of Cups is almost like a message as well. You know, it's like a message as well, because the pages talk about messages, bringing in messages. So maybe there's a text, a phone call, some sort of connection from someone soon, saying or declaring their feelings for you. But I think what this is saying is, you know, to sort of have faith, really, to have faith and know that, you know, you can be happy in love, you can have a good experience in love. Yes, we all go through situations where, or most of us go through situations in relationships where, you know, it's more shadow than light, and there's healing that needs to be done from that. But those opportunities, as hard as they are always opportunities to reflect and learn. And then, you know, because often, you know, I know it sounds strange, but you can't always know we don't always know what we want and need until we've had what we don't want and need, until there's a kind of comparison. So what I'm saying is now is time to let go of this feeling that, you know, love is always going to be a certain way for you, and embrace a new phase, a new chapter where things can be different. And I do feel things are going to be different here, because you're showing up here as something new, some new love, or a revival of love in some way. But anyway, let's have a look at these last two oracle cards and see what they say. Oh, so this says trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So whatever situation, there might be a situation, a person that you're thinking of, and this card is saying, you know, have faith. So maybe maybe this new person is in your life already, or this person is around you already, and you're, because of what's gone on before, you know, you're distrusting it. You're thinking, oh, you know, is that going to happen again? Am I going to get hurt again? And this card is saying, you know, have faith in this situation, trust it, because luck is on your side, the wheel is on the right side, it's on the upside, and just, you know, go with it. So let's see what this says. Clock. Okay. Need time, takes time, in time, cycles with the wheel, time to heal, progress. So yeah, so maybe it's something about, you know, maybe you're not quite ready to go for it just yet, but it's there for you. And maybe it's saying, well, you know, take time now, or also it could be about divine timing, things happening at the right time, in the right way, particularly with, you know, Cupid's arrow here, striking at the right time. And, you know, just sort of take a little bit more time to think about it and be a bit discerning if that's what you want, if you've had these experiences. But I do feel there's a very optimistic feel to this spread in terms of what's coming next for you in love. I take on board that you may have had some very tough experiences, some very difficult experiences, where people haven't treated you right, and that is always hard. You know, trust me, I know that's always hard to come back from and to heal from, but it's not impossible by any means. And I think that, you know, we need to take our time to heal and to you know, to get better from that and to build our confidence up again. And I feel that maybe that's probably what some of you are doing, but, you know, we want more than just, you know, we want to feel emotionally fulfilled, don't we? We need to feel deeply, once again, with somebody that we can trust and that is going to treat us properly. And I think that, you know, in time, that this situation will emerge, or at the right time, this situation will emerge when you are ready for it, but it's definitely there for you. You're definitely rising up and moving into a new era, pile number 1. But anyway, that has been your reading. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you haven't, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to let you know when I next upload a reading. Bye for now. Take care. Hey, pile number 2, and welcome back to your reading. So you chose this lovely little Diamante heart here. There we go. And yeah, we've also got a pile of cards here, and we're asking today, aren't we, what's coming up next in love, what's going to occur next in love. And if you want to subscribe when I'm putting out the cards, then please do. It just means that I have more time to grow the channel and to do more readings like this. Particularly if you like it and you hit the like button and you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe. But anyway, let's get straight to it. So our first card, our first oracle card is, okay, so it's the gibbous moon, and it says you're very close to achieving your goal. And so the gibbous moon is the moon that comes just before the full moon, so it's kind of close to being ripe, if you like, close to being the fullest it can be. Okay, so yeah, so maybe what's coming next for you is that something, I feel like something's coming to its peak. It's almost coming to its peak. It's almost right, but there's some sort of adjustments or something that needs to happen before you can get what you want. But you're on the right track. That's the kind of message of this card. But it might be a little bit tense. It might be a little bit, there might be a little bit of tension at the moment, but you're kind of on the right track, but there might be a little bit of tension, so don't push too hard really in this situation. But you're definitely on the right track. It's almost ready. Feels like it's almost ready. Whatever situation you're in love, there's some tweak, some adjustments. Yeah, that maybe need to happen. So that's why it says you're very close to achieving your goal, but you haven't quite got there yet, because there's still a little bit of work that needs to be done. And I think that's why it's kind of got this beautiful green around it. I just feel like with it being a bit tense, maybe there's a need for some calm or something in this situation, a bit of calm, a bit of balance. But anyway, so let's see what the other cards. So I've got a couple of oracle other love messages at the beginning and 2 more at the end, and then I'll do the tarot in between. This says release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Okay, so maybe what's coming up next for you is about you needing to let go in some way. So maybe you have let go, but there's still a little bit of a residue there, and it's something that you need to completely, possibly for some of you, maybe not for all of you, this might not resonate for everyone, but there's a need maybe in some way to let go of something in order for you to reach that kind of, move from gibbous moon to full moon, if you like, to reach that full potential. There's something that you need to let go of in some way. What's this here? Okay, so this one says, deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. So that's really asking you, isn't it, to listen. It's also because we've got the moon, we've got part of the Moonology deck here. Listen to your intuition, listen to what's deep within you, because this card is urging you to do that and to do the right thing, to do what feels right for you. Okay, so let's have a look at your tarot and see what comes up here. The 9 of Swords. Okay, so it goes with the thing about tension, because the 9 of Swords is about anxiety, tension, sleepless nights, feeling worried, feeling stressed. This person is very stressed. But the thing is, this mermaid is here. They're making a lot of noise, because this person has kind of got their hands over their ears. It's making a lot of noise and it's bothering them, it's disturbing them, but they can't really do any harm. So sometimes the 9 of Swords can talk about, anxieties and worries and fears that we have that are, that are not really, they are fears and worries, and I'm not, in any way diminishing that, but they're maybe not as bad as we think they are. But anyway, let's see what's coming up next. Then we have, oh, lovely. Then we have the 10 of Cups right next to that. Then we have, King of Swords. Okay. 8 of Wands. The Empress. And the Ace of Wands. And then I took the card that was underneath the deck, which is the Page of Pentacles, and also I'll say those oracle cards at the end, those love messages at the end. Okay, let's have a little look at this. Yes, I definitely feel that there are some worries and anxieties or whatever that you are holding on to with regards to your love life, and it could have something to do with an ex situation or an ex-partner situation here. But I do feel that there's definitely, because you've got a lot of other really positive cards here, and I just feel that it is about you. You are so close to achieving, if you like, a success in love going forwards. Because with the Page of Pentacles, which is the overall energy, it just feels like the pages often talk about new beginnings, sort of learning something new, doing something new. So I do feel, with the rainbow here as well, I do feel that the overall energy is for you to begin something new now, to start something new in love. And this is quite similar to, or sort of had similar overtones with pile number 1, so you might want to listen to pile number 1. But there's something about, a new start for you, a new beginning, almost with a kind of like a letting go, because the pages are sort of children, and children also represent innocence, and I feel like it's time for you to kind of step into a more hopeful period in your love life. And I feel that there is someone here for you with the King of Swords, and also right next to the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups talks about, that you have the potential for ultimate emotional happiness and fulfillment. I mean, you can't get much more really than the Ten of Cups in many respects. It's absolutely a beautiful, beautiful card, and it comes quite next to the King of Swords. And I feel that, what I think is happening for you is that something needs to go. So something needs to go in order for you to be, and I feel like you're almost getting there. You're getting there because you're on track. In order for you to embrace something else, in order for you to get to that, your goal really. And there might even be somebody around you right now with the King of Swords. Somebody who is, the King of Swords in many respects is a great guy. He's very, in some respects he's very reliable, very trustworthy, very confident, very clear, very truthful, very honest. Always got a plan. He always knows what he's doing, or she, not just a he, but they always know what they're doing. They are very, very, goal orientated. So in many respects, they are a great partner. Now it could be that what's happening here is that you might be with somebody, and maybe this person is not necessarily emotionally connecting as much as you would like, and that might be what's causing you anxieties and worries, because the King of Swords can be a little bit like that. But I do feel that there is potential for this situation to be better, or certainly to be good, if that's the situation that you're in, because it's just like we were saying before, it just needs a bit of tweaking, maybe better communication, clearer communication for you to get to this Ten of Cups. Because I feel like there could be, or there is a lot of passion coming up for you, a lot of passion, where you can feel like the Empress, really. The Empress is completely 100% comfortable in her own skin. She's very, compassionate, caring, very much in touch with her feeling side. She's very sensual, she's very beautiful, she's very attractive. You don't really miss the Empress. She's also extremely creative. And for me, I just feel as though that next, what's coming up for you next in love is about you needing to let go of a past situation so that you can embrace something new with somebody else who would treat you better maybe than what you've experienced before, but maybe there are certain worries or anxieties that you have around that, something that you haven't been able to let go of, that you need to let go of, because the Eight of Wands, coming right under that worries, is the Eight of Wands, which is the card of moving swiftly in a focused direction towards your goal. So away from all these worries and uncertainties and anxieties, and moving swiftly towards your goal. But if you look at this, with this Eight of Wands, this mermaid, they're all sort of shooting up out of this volcano, and this mermaid looks like she's holding on to one of them, but she hasn't quite fully gripped it. So that's what I'm feeling with this, and also goes with this moon card. You know, I think you are on the right track, you are getting there. But you just need to fully embrace, I feel like you need to fully embrace a new beginning for yourself. And I think once you do that, you will be so happy. You will be so happy and contented, because underneath this King of Swords is the Ace of Wands, which is a passionate new beginning, you know, with somebody else. And maybe this person wants to communicate with you, wants to tell you their truth, wants to tell you, you know, what they're feeling as well, because the King of Swords is all about communication. So I do feel like there's somebody there, definitely around you, for you, wanting a new start with you, wanting to begin again with you, or wanting to begin with you. But it's something about you needing to release, tweak, adjust, do something a little bit different to bring this situation fully into your world, really. And it's what you deserve as the Empress. It is what you deserve. You deserve to be emotionally happy and contented, and, you know, yeah, with somebody who treats you properly. And, you know, with the Page of Pentacles here, I feel like that it will be an opportunity for you to learn a new way of being in a better relationship, being in a different relationship. Yeah, so, and also I feel like in some way that there might be, I don't know why, but I just feel like that maybe there's a message on the way to you, or some sort of communication, or maybe you're waiting for some kind of communication to do with a situation. I feel like something's on its way to you with the King of Swords here and the Page of Pentacles, because that also talks about messages. But it's something about you needing to just release something, and also just listen to your intuition around this situation. But I do feel that what's coming up next for you in love is that there is a situation there for you. I feel there is somebody around you, or somebody coming in for you, that will be much more trustworthy, much more honest, much more reliable. Maybe somebody that you'll need to kind of open up a little bit emotionally, but I feel you being the Empress, you'll be able to do this. But, you know, get rid of these anxieties and worries and fears, or heal in some way. Take some time to heal if you're being held back by anxieties, worries and fears, or connections to past situations that are no longer serving you. It's about letting those go now and moving swiftly towards new possibilities, new beginnings, where you can be somebody different. I mean, the Empress is, you know, a far cry from this kind of Nine of Swords person. They are, you know, so confident and comfortable in themselves. Beautiful. And I think that this person's going to find you really beautiful and attractive, and really want to come and be with you. You know, they want this passionate new beginning with you. They want this emotional happiness with you. They want to move quickly towards that. They want it to be a new discovery, really, for both of you, a new relationship for both of you, or a renewal of a relationship that's much better. But there's something about releasing an ex, or releasing old stuff, releasing old behaviours, something like that, that needs to go, which is what needs to be tweaked in some way, so that you can reach that full moon, you can reach that full potential. Anyway, let's have a look and see what they your two cards say here. Oh, it says, I don't react when people mention you, so that could go with the ex. So maybe there is this situation, you know, that you're holding on to, that's really, you know, because we all have those kinds of relationships that really have a deep, deep, deep impact on us, and it takes a long time to let it go or release it or move away from it when it's kind of run its course. And maybe this is, you know, you're not trying to show people that you're over it, but maybe you're not really over it, and there's still some work to be done there. Oh, love call. Okay, so that's interesting because I was saying about messages, wasn't I? Somebody expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. So something, I feel like something's coming in for you. Somebody is around you that wants to come in, that wants to connect, that wants to show love. And I feel like it might be this King of Swords here that wants to come around you and be with you. But there's something that you need to let go of in order for them to fully come in, and they want you to know that. They want you, because the King of Swords is all about communication, clear, honest, truthful communication. Yeah, so I feel like with Page of Pentacles as well, you know, there is some message coming in for you around love, but something that you need to let go of as well. But okay, pile number 2, that has been your reading. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, and you press the like button, particularly you're not subscribed, then please do subscribe as well. It's just as you look at the video, it's just the subscribe button in the corner there, in the right hand corner. It's very easy to do. But anyway, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose this lovely silver heart here. Put it next to the fluorite, and yeah, so we're looking today, aren't we, at, you know, what's coming up next for you in love, what's happening in love for you. And if you feel like you want to subscribe during when I put out the cards, then please do, particularly if you like the reading, because it just means I can grow the channel and I can do more readings like this for you. But anyway, let's get cracking. So the first card we've got is, a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Okay, so Aries is a fire sign. So I feel as though there might be some tension at the moment. There might be a little bit of fire in this situation. If that doesn't resonate with you, then that might be a different path for you. But it just feels to me that there's a little bit of a tug of war going on, because Aries is quite a fiery, isn't it, sign. You know, I can just see, all I can see is those 2 horns. It just makes me feel like, you know, there could be some locking horns here of a situation that's going on for some of you right now. Yeah, it just feels super fiery, really. So emotions might be running quite high in this particular pile at this point in time. Yeah, so it feels like it might be coming to a peak or coming to a head in some way. But maybe it's, you know, it's just I think it's a little bit of a warning here. It's about being rather, you know, it could be being a bit too heated. So maybe there's a need in some way to just be very mindful of what you're saying, how you're behaving, how you're acting, so that you don't regret anything. So maybe really sort of think about kind of your words and deeds and how you deal with things, really, because when we get, you know, heated or kind of angry or upset about things, then often we say things, don't we, in the heat of the moment almost, that later on we regret. And I think there's a little bit of a warning in this card to just say, you know, just be a bit more, if you can, yeah, just to try and navigate your way through it, to try and maybe be a bit calmer and more reflective, if that is possible for you. Okay, so if that doesn't resonate with you, then maybe, like I say, it's a different pile for you. Okay, so healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So maybe there were some family issues or some difficulties within a family setup that maybe caused this this tense situation that might be going on right now. The Phoenix. So the Phoenix rises from the ashes, doesn't it? It talks about a new dawn. So that's actually, you know, if you are in a situation where things are a bit rocky or a bit fiery or a bit difficult at the moment, then this is actually quite a hopeful card, because it says new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed minds. So there is potential out of this fire. It's funny, isn't it? Out of this fiery card, we get the Phoenix card. So out of this fiery period, out of this difficult period, there is a possibility for change and transformation. So maybe that's what I was saying, you know, about trying to navigate your way through it as tactfully as you can, even though it might be hard if emotions are running high, because, you know, there's potential for things to change and transform and be better. Although you might not be feeling that now, you might be in the thick of feeling like things are quite difficult. But anyway, let's do the tarot. These are what I'm going to say, those two oracle cards at the end. But let's have a look at the tarot. We've got the Empress, okay, the World, Two of Swords, okay, King of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Tower. Okay, so that makes sense with everything that we've just said. And at the bottom of the deck there was the Moon. Right. Okay. So I feel, and again this, you know, this might not resonate for some of you, but I feel this pile is particularly for people that are in relationships, that are actually in relationships, and they're wondering what's going to happen next in their relationship, because it just feels to me that this is a sort of an established relationship. We've got the Empress and we've got the King of Pentacles here. Now this is kind of what I just feel is kind of happening here, is that something has happened, because you've got the Tower here. Some kind of shock, something has happened, something has caused the stability and security of this relationship to sort of come tumbling down, because that is what the Tower card is. So maybe it is like maybe you're in separation, maybe you're in breakup, maybe you you had a situation where maybe things were uncovered, because the Tower is also built on rocky foundations. So maybe it's a situation where there were some rocky foundations to begin with, that maybe weren't first apparent, or maybe you thought it was secure and strong, but actually it wasn't, and it's all kind of come crashing down. Because above that we have the Two of Swords, which is a dilemma. When somebody has to make a choice, they're in a dilemma, they're at a crossroads. And I feel that with you, pile number 3, you're at a little bit of a crossroads in this situation. I feel this might be quite new, this kind of breakdown, because we have this breakup of a relationship, or this difficult time that you're going through in a relationship where things have just, everything that you thought was secure and stable has sort of toppled over, really. And I think that is causing all this tension, all this kind of fieriness, all this kind of maybe some anger and upset and hurt, and that you are in this crossroads and you don't know what to do. You are, with your back to the water, you've got your blindfold on, you are holding your swords like this, so you're not sure what to do. Now, there's some element of this card which is saying that you need to, it also goes with the Moon here, is that, because it can be a little bit of a card of sticking your head in the sand a little bit, and feeling stuck. Like I said, I'm not really sure which way to go, but you kind of do know which way to go, because you're being asked to listen to your intuition. So your intuition never, ever, ever misguides you, really. So you are being asked to, and I know it's difficult because, if you've been in a really tough situation, this is a really tough situation, and particularly if you've gone through something which is a bit of a shock, and you wasn't expecting it, it's really hard to tune into your intuition then, isn't it? Because you're just kind of reeling. But you're being asked to nevertheless really listen to your intuition in this situation, because you know the answer really deep within you, in terms of what comes next. Because what I feel here is that maybe something like a third party situation has happened, or something has happened to really rock the foundations of this relationship that on the surface looked fantastic, because the Empress and the King of Pentacles is a fantastic union, really, because the Empress is, you know, both of these people are at the top of their game. They are very confident, very self-assured. They've got lots in common, because the King of Pentacles is somebody who's very earthy. The Empress is somebody who's very earthy. They love, you know, they're very happy to live in a materially comfortable world. They are very compatible in that sense. They're both very sensual, physically very attracted to one another and attractive. You know, they might even have children with the Empress here. You know, there might even be children in this situation. There might be a family set up in this situation. And in many ways, you know, the situation felt complete with the world here. It felt very happy. It felt complete. There could be, that said, there was celebration and joy, and it was all happy, and everything was going along smoothly. And then suddenly, wham bam, we have these two events. We have this event happening. And this causing this dilemma, and that's why I feel that you're in the situation at the moment. Something has happened, and it could be, like I say, with the Three of Cups, can sometimes, not for everyone, and it doesn't resonate with you, then please don't take the message, but it can indicate that maybe a third party situation has come in, or because it comes right next to the King of Pentacles, and the Pentacles is also any kind of earth sign, so Taurus, Libra, Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo, and also with the Empress, that's another Taurus, because you know she's ruled by Venus. It's another Taurus sign there. So earth signs here. So again, earth signs are usually very dependable, reliable, you know, caring, loving, giving, sensual, all these kinds of good things. But something has happened in this situation, and we've got the Moon card, so there might have been some sort of deceit, some kind of deception, something that, you know, was going on underneath the surface that wasn't apparent, that has now come to the surface. Also, deep emotions have been stirred regarding this situation. Yeah, with the Moon, but it also talks about intuition again, and about basically listening to your intuition. This is about listening to your intuition, and also, you know, that this situation in a funny kind of way could go either way, because we have the Phoenix here rising from the ashes. So it could be healed, it could be, you know, it could be rekindled and transformed, because your emotions are so high at the moment, are running so high, it just feels like it's a big ask to sort of like try to heal or recover from this situation. But you are being asked to really dig deep into your intuition, to dig deep into what you yourself know to be the truth about this situation, because we have these three cards here. Now the Tower is no, you know, the Tower is a tough experience to get over. It's a tough experience to come through, to get through, but it's not impossible. And you know, I just feel in this situation that, you know, there needs to be some sort of calm, really, some calm and some reflection, some deep reflection. So maybe there's time for you, maybe at the moment it's still important for you to have some time to reflect. Maybe you're in, also I was just thinking with the World card here, maybe you're in, as well as being in separation, but maybe you're in separation in terms of different parts of the world, or not close to each other, or not near each other in some way, or maybe it requires some kind of travel or something like that, because we have the World card here. But I just feel the overall feeling is that there's something about maybe a need to be more reflective, to go deep within, to listen to your own intuition, a sort of cooling off, as opposed to this kind of like hot fiery moon. There's a need for a kind of cooling off, to really rethink and to reflect, to be more reflective in this situation. Because, you know, it did have a lot going for it initially. It did have a lot going for it. There is a lot of good things here. But obviously, you know, there's been some kind of some kind of shock, some kind of dismantling of what was once secure. But anyway, let's have a look and see what the other cards say. So this one says, criticising one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So maybe again, and it goes with the family healing issues, there just needs to be more time to be reflective and less reactive, which may be what is going on for some of you at the moment. And that maybe there's a chance for you to be able to get through whatever this difficult situation is. Because again, we have the Phoenix. There seems to be lots of cards here about healing, rising up, renewing, you know, I suppose reevaluating the situation, reevaluating the relationship, and maybe it changing from what it was before. And it's also here about, isn't it, about having better communication, loving, accepting each other as you are. So maybe this situation has helped you to see each other differently, and from that, learning different aspects, learning the shadow side maybe of yourselves, and learning to maybe accept that part of yourselves and integrate it not only into yourself individually but also into the relationship. Because every relationship and every person has a shadow side, every single one of us, and it's about really how you deal with that, and whether you can, whether you're able to sort of and it's interesting because both those candles went out at that exact same time when I said that everybody has a shadow side, and we do. It's like darkness, we do all have a shadow side. There is always a shadow side in a relationship, and it's about, you know, often successful relationships learn to work through that, don't they? They learn to work through that, as long as obviously it's not a situation where, you know, you are being treated really badly or abused in some way, or, you know, nobody has to put up with that. I'm not in any way suggesting that, but that, you know, that there are certain aspects in a relationship that it's, you know, it's not all rosy, and you have to kind of work through that. But obviously when there are things that are really wrong in the situation, then nobody's expecting, or I certainly wouldn't be advocating for you for putting up with any of that. But anyway, let's see what this says. See, now this one says, we both know I am not the one for you. So it's kind of like what I said before, there needs to be more reflection in this situation. So for you to really take time, take stock still, to think about, take off the blindfold, connect into your intuition, connect into what you know to be right for yourself. And I feel, because it's the Two of Swords, I do feel this situation could go 50-50, particularly with this last card here. It could go into a 50-50 situation where it could come back and transform like the Phoenix, or it could go the other way, really. And that's why we have this kind of like this fiery climax approaches. It's coming to a head now, where I suppose a decision needs to be made. But I do feel there needs to be more time to reflect on that, to think about that, to really take time to just to kind of cool it down a little bit, to cool yourself down a little bit, and to, so because often, you know, if we make decisions when we are all kind of worked up and maybe tense or upset in some way, then, you know, we haven't always, or stressed, then we haven't always maybe made the right decision. It's always better to be reflective and calm, to think about things, and take time to do that, and maybe to heal a little bit. And then we are more in tune with our intuition, and we can listen to what it is saying. Okay, all right, pile number 3, that has been your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do click the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you can be alerted to whatever reading I'm going to be doing in the future. But other than that, have a great day. Look after yourself. Please do look after yourself, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye for now.